Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer/football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your favorite teams' predictions. All right. Today's prediction video will be for Sunday, April 27th, and I have a 4-game slate for you guys. Like always, we'll talk about the teams. I'll let you know if there's any injuries. We'll talk about the total, and then I'll give you my predictions. But first, we got to talk about it. Baby. Let's go! I hit 100% in all my bets, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I put total points over 2.5, Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. I was going to put Aston Villa to win straight up, but I remember saying that the total points over 2.5 was the best outcome here. So I ended up putting over 2.5, which it did barely, but it did. All thanks to Crystal Palace. I did not expect that at all. But hey, we got that dub. I also ended up putting Newcastle, of course. My Newcastle, they're my favorite team for the English Premier League. They ended up winning. I put Wolverhampton. We all knew Wolverhampton was going to win. Leicester City in the bottom of the table. I also ended up putting Chelsea to win straight up. And last but not least, Barcelona, baby. Barcelona. Yes, sir. We got that dub. Champions. That's right. Copa del Rey. That's right. But, yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. Thursday's games. I forgot to give out my winnings and loses for Thursday. I put Real Betis to win straight up. I hit that. I put Atletico Madrid to win straight up. I got that. And then I put Bologna to win straight up. So another 100% on Thursday. Let's go. For Friday, unfortunately, PSG did me dirty. I did not get 100% on Friday, but we bounced back on Saturday with that 100% on all those games. So, hey, I can't complain. I got one wrong, and then I got 6, 7 of them right. So, it's all good. All right, let's see if we can keep up the momentum going for Sunday. Okay, first on the list, we have Nottingham versus Man City. Nottingham at home with one player with a red card and 2 questionable. Man City on the road with 3 injured players and 3 questionable. Now, total points sitting at 2.5 and team total is sitting at 0.5 for Nottingham. Manchester City at 1.5. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to say Man City to win here only because they have not taken an L in their 5 most recent games. 4 wins, 1 draw. Nottingham, on the other hand, they got 3 wins and 2 L's in their 5 most recent games. So I want to say Man City. I really do. But I don't know how I don't know. I'm probably not going to bet a straight up win on this one. I do want to put total points over 2.5, but their 5 most recent head to head between these 2 teams, it has only gone over once in their 5 most. Nottingham, I feel like they'll cover this 0.5, right? They've done this 3 out of their 5 most recent games. Between these 2 teams going at it, Nottingham has covered this 0.5, 2 out of their 5 most recent games. So, but I don't know. I feel like Nottingham could do this just because they're at home. Or the 3 most recent home games versus Manchester City, they covered this 0.5, 2 out of their 3 home games. So I feel like they can cover this. I just don't know how I feel about putting it. But nonetheless, I'm gonna have to say Manchester City went to win straight up here. And as far as points, I'm probably gonna have to say Nottingham to go over this 0.5. I just feel like they can do this, or probably Manchester City over 1.5 because they can cover the 2.5. Then this could be a 2-1 Manchester City winning. But this one's gonna be a tough one, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do the straight up win because the most recent game between these 2 teams, Nottingham did win, and this was back in March 8th of this year. So now I know Manchester City was a little bit banged up then, but I don't know. I feel like Manchester City can actually pull this one off. So, all right, on to the next game. We have Bournemouth versus Man U. Bournemouth at home with 200 players and one questionable. Manchester United with 5 injured players and 2 questionable. Total sitting at 3. Team total sitting at 1.5 for Bournemouth and Man U with 0.5. I want to say Manchester United to cover this 0.5, but their most recent game versus Wolverhampton, they could not get this 0.5. And to be honest with you guys, Manchester United, they're just not reliable. They're not consistent. So I don't know how I feel about this game as well. I want to say total points under 3 because between these two teams, it has only gone over once in their 5 most recent games. So I feel like this one will be right at 3, maybe like a 2-1 or 3-0 kind of game. But I just don't know how I feel about Manchester United covering this 0.5. They have been able to cover this 3 out of their 5 most recent head-to-head between these two teams, but like I said, their most recent, they did not cover this, so I don't know how I feel about this. Nonetheless, I feel like Bournemouth could win this one just because they're at home. They got that advantage. They got less injured players, so I feel like Bournemouth could win here. Yeah, as far as points, I'm going to have to say total points under 3 and Bournemouth to win here. All right, on to the next game. I have Liverpool versus Tottenham. Liverpool at home with 200 players. Tottenham on the road with 200 players and 1 questionable. Total sitting at 3.5. As far as team total, Liverpool sitting at 2.5. Tottenham 0.5. Now, I want to say Liverpool to win here, and only because if they win tomorrow, they're the champion of the Premier League. So I do feel like Liverpool could win this one. I'm sure they're going to come in here thirsty and hungry to win, especially because they're at home. There's no better feeling than to win a cup at home, right? You got all these fans with you. You're going to want to win this. So I feel like Liverpool can win this one and will. I just don't know if they're going to win by that much because their 5 most recent games, this 2.5, it has not been able to go over. And their 5 most recent games, it has not been able to go over. So I feel like this could be a 2-0 game. I don't think Tottenham will score here. Now, between these two teams going at it, as far as it going over this 3.5, it has gone over 3 out of their 5 most recent games. So yes, it can happen. I just don't know. I don't know if Tottenham will score a goal here. Their most recent head-to-head between these two teams was back in February 6th of 2025, and Tottenham did not score. Liverpool ended up winning 4-0 here. So as far as Tottenham covering this 0.5, I don't know how I feel about it. The only thing that I can say is their 5 most recent games from Tottenham, they did cover this 0.5. So I'm a little bit here on the whether or not Tottenham will cover this 0.5. But as far as a win here, I'm going to say Liverpool. Like I said, they're going to want to win the cup. They're going to want to do it at home. So this is a perfect time to do it. But now as far as points, I don't know how I feel about total points over this 3.5. I might do total points under 3.5, but yeah, I'm going to stick to just the win here for Liverpool. All right, guys, this is the last game of the video. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know down in the comments who you got. I'm curious to see what is your predictions for these bets. All right, here we go. Villarreal at home with 1 injured player, 2 players with a red card, and 1 questionable. Espanyol on the road with only 1 questionable. Total sitting at 3, and as far as team total points sitting at 2.5 for Villarreal, Espanyol at 0.5. Now, Espanyol, they have not done me dirty as far as me betting them this 0.5. I don't know how many times Espanyol has been at 0.5, and they have been able to cover this 0.5. So I'm going to stick to what I've been doing. It's been working. I'm not saying that it's going to happen every single time, but like I said, when I bet Espanyol just to cover this 0.5, the 3 most recent times I've done it, they cover this. So I'm going to say Espanyol, and I won't be surprised if Espanyol ends up winning here, to be honest with you. But Villarreal are at home. They are favored. So I don't know how I feel about this one, but one thing that I can say is that this point five for Espanyol, I feel like it will happen. Their five most recent games, they've covered this point five. 5 out of 5, they've covered it. So I feel like that to me is just the best bet. And as far as Villarreal covering this 2.5, their five most recent games, they have not been able to cover this, whether on the home at home or on the road. So I don't see how this is gonna happen. I mean, injuries, Villarreal has more than Espanyol. So to me, it's like, yeah, you're at home, but I don't know. Now, the thing that kind of shifts to where it has happened before, and you're right, it has happened before. Villarreal at home going against Espanyol, they're pretty good at covering this 2.5. They've done it, their two most recent home games versus Espanyol. They've covered this 2.5. So don't get me wrong, it can happen, right? And they could win. But both of those two times, Espanyol have covered this point five. So, right, is to me it's just easier to go with something that the chances are better for this game than to try to like risk it a little bit more for that 2.5 for Villarreal. So, or even the total points 3. It's like I'd rather just go with what I know, what I've done, and what I've actually hit before. So I'm gonna do Espanyol to cover this point five. And as far as the win, I'm gonna have to say Villarreal just because they've done this before at home. But I would not be surprised if this ends up as a tie or Espanyol win. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope the information I gave you was good enough for you guys to make the right picks. I hope you guys end up winning, but most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.